I am very tired of warning you time and again, but you don't listen to me at all. My child, you are not alone in this world. Neither the human race is alone, because there are so many positive and negative energies flows out that makes you vulnerable or protected. Child, similarly, a situation is arising where you must pay attention to my words, otherwise you will leave the earth because of an evil spirit. Yes, my child, you heard me right. There are spirits that walk unseen among you, born not from the dust of creation but from the shadows of disobedience. They feed on fear, on greed, on anger, on every thought that turns away from love. They are not always seen, but they are felt in the trembling of your heart, in the heaviness of your sleep, in the restlessness that grips you without reason. My voice has tried to reach you through the wind, through the stillness of night, through the quiet guilt that follows your wrongs. But you have drowned me out with noise, with distractions, with pride. My child, listen to me now. The time is not counted in days or in years as you count them, for I do not dwell in the narrow cage of time. Yet there is a stirring, a shift that even the blind can feel in their bones. The world is aching because you have forgotten the harmony that once sang through creation. You exploit what was given to you freely. You wound what was made to nourish you. You turn against one another while claiming to follow me. You have built towers of knowledge, yet your wisdom is small. You have filled the earth with inventions, yet emptied your hearts of wonder. You call upon my name in moments of fear, but forget me when the sun shines upon your comfort. Still, I have waited, patient as the dawn, hoping you would lift your eyes again to what is eternal. But the veil grows darker. The evil spirit I speak of has long been weaving its net, a net of illusions that whispers, "You are your own God. You need nothing higher." It tempts you to believe that right and wrong are shadows that shift with your convenience. It convinces you that pleasure is peace, that noise is life, that love is weakness. Child, this spirit was born of pride. It has touched the hearts of rulers and beggars alike. It walks through the halls of power, cloaked in brilliance, speaking of progress and liberation, yet it sows division, jealousy, and despair. It thrives when my creation forgets gratitude. It grows when you choose silence in the face of cruelty, and it will not stop until every heart is consumed by confusion and every bond of love is broken. But, my beloved, I have not forsaken you. Even now there are forces of light, unseen but alive, walking beside you. They whisper strength into your soul when you are too weary to stand. They guide your hands toward kindness when anger blinds your vision. They are my messengers, not always with wings, but sometimes with faces that you pass on the street, with words that reach you just when you are about to fall. I ask you now, my child, awaken. Do not wait for the world to collapse before you turn inward. I dwell not only in temples of stone, but in the quiet truth that breathes within you. I have given you the power to rise above the tide, to choose light over the comfort of darkness. Each time you forgive, you weaken the evil spirit. Each time you love without condition, you build a bridge that I can cross to reach another soul. You fear the end, but it is not the end that threatens you. It is forgetfulness. For when you forget who you are, when you forget that you were made in my image, you become prey to the shadow that feeds on lost hearts. You were not made to kneel before despair. You were made to be light in darkness, song in silence, peace in chaos. The earth cries out, and yet you do not hear. The rivers bleed, the skies burn, the forests mourn, and still you say, "It is not my doing." But I tell you, every act of greed, every careless thought sends ripples through the fabric of creation. The evil spirit dances in those ripples, turning them into storms. I did not make the world for destruction. I made it as a mirror of my beauty, as a garden where your souls might bloom. But you have filled it with poison, and now you must heal what you have wounded. I am not angry, my child, but I am sorrowful. I am the breath in your lungs, the pulse in your veins, the whisper in your conscience. Yet you speak of me as if I were far away. I am not distant. You have built walls of disbelief, and I stand outside them, knocking. Open the door. Let me in before the winds grow too fierce. The spirit that seeks to devour will not announce its arrival with thunder or flame. It will come quietly, through the comfort of lies. It will tell you that compassion is foolish, that humility is weakness, that faith is slavery. And if you believe it, you will lose not only your peace but your purpose. Do not think this is punishment. It is awakening. You cannot heal without seeing the wound. The storms that rise, the tremors of the earth, the diseases that spread, they are not my wrath but the reflection of imbalance. Creation mirrors its maker. When humanity forgets me, the world forgets its harmony. You call them disasters, but they are echoes of the disharmony you have sown. Still, I send light in the midst of chaos, the healer's hands, the stranger's kindness, the courage of one heart that stands for truth. These are my miracles. Do not seek me in the clouds when I walk among you in flesh and dust. My child, do not fear the evil spirit as though it were stronger than you. It is nothing but the absence of light. When you fill yourself with love, it cannot dwell within you. When you fill your mind with truth, it cannot deceive you. When you walk humbly, it cannot bind you. But when you boast, when you hate, when you close your eyes to another's pain, you open the door through which it enters. Guard your heart, not with walls of suspicion, but with faith that I am within you always. Speak to me even in silence. I hear you. I tell you this, the age that dawns ahead will not resemble the world you know. There will be great confusion, for men will claim to speak in my name while serving their own. Do not follow voices that promise comfort but sow division. My truth will never demand hatred. My path will never lead to pride. Those who truly walk with me will carry peace wherever they go. And even when storms surround them, their eyes will shine with stillness. Child, you ask, why do you allow this darkness to rise? And I answer, because you must learn the strength of your own light. The seed cannot remain forever beneath the soil. It must push against the darkness to reach the sun. Likewise, your soul must struggle through illusion to discover its truth. I have placed within you the power to overcome, not by might, but by love. The more the shadow grows, the more your faith must burn. Remember, I am not only the God of the heavens, I am the God of the broken, the forgotten, the doubting. My kingdom is not built by angels alone, but by hands that tremble, by hearts that weep, by souls that fall and rise again. Each tear you shed in sincerity becomes light in realms unseen. Each act of compassion shifts the balance of the world. Never think you are too small to matter. The stars themselves are born of dust. The time has come for awakening. Those who listen will be guided. Those who close their ears will wander. But even in wandering, my grace will pursue them. I am tireless. My mercy has no end. I do not cast away what I have made. Even when you turn away, I walk beside you, waiting for the moment your heart softens once more. But I cannot protect what refuses to be guided. The evil spirit you fear has no power greater than your will. You give it life by feeding it with your thoughts. When you envy, when you curse, when you despair, you breathe it into being. But when you forgive, when you hope, when you bless, you starve it. Choose each day which world you will strengthen, the one of fear or the one of love. For both are born in the same place, your heart. I do not desire your worship in words alone. I desire your remembrance in every breath, your awareness in every action. Let your life be a prayer, not of repetition but of truth. Love your neighbor, not because it earns you favor, but because they are a reflection of me. Care for the earth, not because it is fragile, but because it is sacred. Walk humbly, because pride blinds the eyes that were meant to see me in all things. The days ahead will test you. The winds will shake what is weak so that only the true may remain. Do not cling to what passes. Cling to what endures. Your possessions, your titles, your opinions, these are shadows. But kindness, patience, faith, and humility, these are the jewels of eternity. When the storm comes, they will not be washed away, and when the shadow rises to its fullest, do not despair. It rises only to fall. For I am the first light, and no darkness can extinguish me. The evil spirit may roar, but it is bound by the limits of illusion. You, my child, are bound by the infinite. When you remember this, fear will vanish. Then you will see the truth that has always been, that even in chaos, I am order, even in loss, I am renewal. One day when the noise ceases, when the fires cool, when humanity finally looks upon its own reflection and trembles at what it has become, then will come the great turning. Many will awaken in tears, but those tears will cleanse the centuries of blindness. The earth will breathe again. The sky will clear. You will rediscover the sacredness of simplicity, the holiness of silence, the unity of all life. And those who once followed darkness will seek forgiveness, and I will grant it, for my mercy is endless. Until then, walk with courage. Do not wait for signs in the heavens when the greatest sign is already within your heart. Every moment you choose truth over comfort, you fulfill my will. Every time you bring peace where there is conflict, you become my voice. You ask where I am wherever love is chosen over fear. That is my dwelling place. My child, you have heard enough of shadows. Now listen to light. The world around you trembles because hearts tremble, and minds grow restless when they forget that they were born of peace. You fear spirits and energies, the whisper of unseen powers that press against your days, but you forget that they too are part of the same fabric that holds the stars. None of them can master you unless you surrender to fear itself. Fear is a mirror turned toward darkness. It magnifies what is small until it seems vast. It distorts what is passing until it feels eternal. But fear has no root in truth. It grows only in the soil of forgetting. Remember what you are, and it dissolves like mist before the morning sun. You are not a flicker of dust caught between great forces. You are a living spark of the eternal flame. You are made of the same breath that set galaxies turning. Every unseen current that moves around you answers to harmony. When your heart is quiet and your mind clear, those currents lift you instead of pulling you down. Even what you call negative forces lose their bite in the presence of calm love. They exist to test the strength of your remembrance, nothing more. They pass through you as wind passes through the trees, stirring the leaves but leaving the trunk unmoved. My child, do not waste your days naming every shadow that crosses your path. Do not build shrines to your fears. The more attention you give them, the more real they appear. Instead, fill your thoughts with gratitude until there is no room left for anxiety. Gratitude is the light that cleanses the corners of your soul. When you say, "Thank you for this breath," the darkness has no answer. There is a rhythm that underlies all creation. You were born to move in that rhythm. When you walk with it, every step becomes protected, every breath becomes prayer. But when you resist it, when you tighten yourself with worry, anger, or guilt, you stumble, and the world feels hostile. It is not the world that turns against you. It is your own forgetting that makes you stumble. Look at the sea. Waves rise and fall, yet the deep water remains still beneath them. You are that deep water. The surface may tremble with storm and tide, but the depth of you is beyond reach. You must learn to live from that depth. When you do, no whisper of darkness, no storm of sorrow can truly harm you. The forces that unsettle you are like night birds. They thrive only when you chase them. When you stand still and shine your inner light, they vanish into the horizon of their own making. You will learn this, my child, when you begin to practice the 3 words I now give you. They are not complicated. They are not secret. They are as old as breath and as young as dawn. Listen carefully. These words are light, trust, return. The first word, light, is the remembrance of origin. Say light, and remember that you come from brilliance, not from shadow. The light is not only around you, it is within every cell, every thought, every heartbeat. When you speak this word, see the glow rise from your heart, spreading outward, bathing every fear and calm. You are never separate from it. The body may grow tired, the mind may doubt, but the light remains pure. It cannot be stained. The second word, trust, is the bridge. To trust is to walk upon the unseen, knowing that something carries you. You cannot see the air, yet you breathe it. You cannot see tomorrow, yet it comes. Trust is the thread that connects you to the eternal. When you whisper this word, release the need to control. Say, I trust, and feel the tension in your shoulders loosen, the worry in your mind soften. Trust does not mean blindness, it means clarity, the kind that sees through confusion to what endures. The third word, return, is the promise. No matter how far you wander in thought, fear, or pain, you can always return. There is no distance between you and the source except the distance you imagine. When you say, return, you are already home. This word gathers all your scattered pieces, all your forgotten joys, and draws them back into unity. It reminds you that nothing real can be lost. Repeat these 3 words: light, trust, return, whenever you feel the world closing in. Say them softly until they become the rhythm of your breathing. Let them move through your blood like warmth, through your mind like music. Each word is a door, each door opens to peace. When you live by them, you will see that what you feared were only shadows cast by your own light. Supernatural forces cannot touch one who remembers light. They cannot deceive one who walks in trust. They cannot bind one who knows how to return. My child, I did not make you to tremble before mysteries. I made you to understand that you are part of the mystery itself. You are not surrounded by enemies. You are surrounded by lessons. Every challenge, every whisper of darkness is a teacher. Even pain, when met with awareness, becomes the chisel that reveals your hidden beauty. The world has always contained both night and dawn, both birth and decay. Do not curse the night. It is what makes the stars visible. The evil you fear has no throne except the one you build for it. When you bow to fear, you crown it king. When you bow to love, fear fades into silence. Let your heart be wide as the sky. When thoughts of danger come, greet them with compassion. Say, you too are part of the great turning, and let them pass. Compassion is the strongest armor. It disarms what seeks to harm you because it sees beyond appearances. The forces that seem dark lose their meaning in the presence of compassion. Every day, practice these 3 words not only in thought but in action. Be light. Bring kindness where there is bitterness. Live trust. Do the good that you can, even when you cannot see its end. Practice return. Come back to stillness each night and lay your worries down. In doing this, you align yourself with the current of life itself. You ask, what if the darkness grows stronger? I tell you, it cannot. Darkness is not a living thing, it is a condition, the absence of seeing. The moment you turn toward light, it dissolves. Do not fight it with anger, illuminate it with understanding. Do not curse it, outshine it. My child, all that frightens you has no true substance. The eternal holds every force in balance. You are part of that balance. The spirit world, the energies you fear, all answer to the same harmony that beats within your chest. When you live with awareness, you live in that harmony. When you were born, the world breathed joy. When you die, the world will breathe gratitude. Between these 2 breaths is a single lesson: to remember who you are. And who you are is not frail, not lost, not hunted by unseen powers. You are a flame that no wind can extinguish. You will meet people who walk in confusion, who speak of curses, omens, powers. Listen with compassion, but do not join their fear. Offer them the 3 words. Teach them that light grows by being shared. A candle loses nothing by lighting another. Let every act you perform, no matter how small, be an echo of those words. When you give comfort, you speak light. When you forgive, you breathe trust. When you pause in the midst of noise and remember the stillness within, you practice return. This is how you protect yourself, not through charms or rituals, but through living truthfully. Do not think the eternal is far. It walks in your footsteps. It looks through your eyes. It learns through you what it means to love in form. You are both student and expression. Every smile, every gentle word becomes a prayer without needing to be spoken aloud. My child, the day will come when you will look back on all your fears and see that they were only shadows pointing you toward strength. You will thank them because they drove you to light. You will understand that even the evil spirit you once feared was only a mirror showing you where your trust was incomplete. You will bow not to it, but to the lesson it brought. Nothing in the unseen world can overpower a heart that remembers gratitude. Nothing that whispers harm can survive the vibration of sincere love. You are surrounded not by threats, but by opportunities to awaken. The Eternal does not ask you to be perfect, only to be present. To live each day with awareness is to walk in protection. The unseen world respects those who are awake. The moment you slip into anger, you lower your light. The moment you choose kindness, it flares again. Do not be concerned that you will forget the 3 words. They live already within you. Light is the fire of your soul. Trust is its breath. Return is its rest. They are not new, only remembered. You need only awaken to them when life feels heavy. Whisper them not as magic, but as truth. And know this, you are loved beyond measure. Every heartbeat is my reminder. Every sunrise is my promise that the world continues in love. You are safer than you believe. No energy, no spirit, no darkness can unmake what love has made. When you look at the stars, think of this. Each one burns not by fighting the darkness, but by being itself. So must you. Be yourself fully, gentle, aware, radiant. Then all that is unlike light will pass by you untouched. So, my child, when fear visits you, sit quietly. Breathe once for light, once for trust, once for return. With each breath, feel yourself expanding beyond the limits of the body. Feel yourself connected to all things. Know that you are not alone. And if ever you doubt, close your eyes and listen. Not for thunder, not for voices, but for the quiet assurance that hums beneath all sound. That is where I dwell. There in the stillness between your thoughts I whisper, you are safe, you are whole, you are loved.